Hey guitar friends, welcome to All About Guitar Academy. Bob Strom here. I help beginner guitarists learn their first song in as little as 6 weeks or less. You can find out more about that at my website. But if you're here today, you probably want to learn some songs on your acoustic guitar that are very, very popular and not too difficult to learn. And if that's the case, then you've come to the right video. Grab your guitar. I'm in standard E tuning, and let's jump into the first riff. All right, welcome back. Like I said, we're going to be looking at 5 acoustic guitar riffs. We're going to be looking at Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey. We're going to be looking at Fleetwood Mac's Oh Well. We're also going to be looking at Horse with No Name by America, More Than a Feeling by Boston, and Marshall Tucker Band's Can't You See. So I hope you're ready. Let's take a look at riff number 1. I bet you know what this one is. Boston, More Than a Feeling. I remember the first time I heard this song, I was totally sold on Boston. I don't know about you, but man, first time I heard this song, I had to learn it. So I'm going to show you how I learned it. First of all, we're going to need a D and what we call a D sus4, which is the same thing as a D major chord, but we're adding our pinky here on string number 1 of the 3rd fret. And then lifting off and going back to the D major. And we're also doing some finger picking here with our pick, playing each string one at a time. So if we start with string number 4, which is our D string, and then we hit the D sus4 note. So we go down towards the floor and then back, picking each string. I'll do that again. So practice this part. Then we're going to go to what we call a C add 9, and then a G over B. So what that is, it's a B note right here on fret number 2 of string 5. So let's take a close-up look at what we're doing here with both hands. All right, we've got the D. All right, and you'll notice on my G chord, that's called a G5. It looks like this. This is how I like to play it. You can play a regular G major, but I'm doing a G5 in case you're wondering why my index finger is up. I'm muting string number 5. So if this is too difficult for you as a beginner, it's okay. You can play a regular G. So on this part, we're connecting the opening riff to the pre-chorus, and what we're doing here is A minor, G, D, and now we're going to go back to G, C, then an E minor, and back to the D. Now the guitarists in Boston are playing on electric guitars here during this part, but you can do this on the acoustic this way. And again, I'll go through the riff again. We're going to start with A minor. We're going to walk down to the G and then to the D, and then we're going to play the bum 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 on the acoustic guitar. Here we go. right, you got to learn the rest of this song though. It is an awesome song. Marshall Tucker Band's Can't You See? Now this is my version that I'm playing here, so it's not perfect. I'm going to show you the easy way to play it. I'm not using a pick either. I'm doing some finger picking, but I'm only doing it with 2 fingers. So let's take a close up. I'll show you how I play it. And the chords we're going to need, you already know some of these from our last video lesson, but we are going to need a D major. All right. And we're also going to need to remember that D sus4 that we learned in the Boston song. And we're still going to use C add 9. All right. And we're going to use that G5, or you can use a regular G major. Okay, now the way I'm playing it here, and these are the same chords used in the original song, I'm just finger picking it a little bit different, and I've added those hammer-ons in here so that you can learn these. This will help you when you're playing around the campfire. You can start the song like that with the hammer-ons, and everybody's going to know what you're playing. What I'm doing here is I've got the D major chord, all right, and then I'm using this D sus4. And you'll notice with my thumb is doing most of the work here. You can play it with your thumb, first finger, second finger, and third finger. I'm just keeping it really simple, playing thumb and index finger. So I'm going to start the riff again really slow. So you notice I just hit both string 1 and 2 with my index finger. I'll do that again. All right, I even played string 3 on that one. Sounds just fine that way. Now we're going to go to the C add 9. I'm just going to play string 5, 4, 3, and 2. Then I'm going to hit the open E and go to the G now, and I'm doing a G5. Or you can do like that. Now you see my index finger is up, so all I have to do the hammer-on part is hammer on the open A string to the 2nd fret, which is a B note, and then hit the open D, and see my middle finger is ready to go. So let's do the entire riff again, one time through. And you'll also, I failed to mention, I am hammering on too to this D major chord with my middle finger, so like that, and then hammer on with your pinky to the D sus4 chord, C add 9, open E, and then the B string, and then the G5. I'm playing G, playing the open D string and the open G string and this note here on the B string. So now my index finger is going to hammer on open D and then we go back into the D major. hope you learned this song, and if you want to see the full tutorial on it, you can click right up here. Let's look at the next riff. Okay, A Horse with No Name by America. You know, I've got a video out there that says this is the easiest song in the world to learn. It's right up here. But, you know, I've got to kind of backtrack on that. It's really not as easy because of the strumming pattern and the rhythm. Now, the chords that you're going to use for this riff are not too bad. We've got E minor. Looks like that. That's the first chord I teach all of my students is E minor. And there's the chord chart for it. You should know this one. If you don't, you want to practice this chord. Then what we want to do is learn, if you haven't learned it already, a D add 9 over F sharp. How's that for a fancy chord name? It looks like this. Here's the cool thing about it though. Once you've got your E minor, all you have to do is move one finger, the one that's on string number 5, your A string, towards your face or towards the ceiling, onto the E string now, the low E string, and you're on the 2nd fret, and then take the other finger, move it down towards the floor, one string, and you're going to play all 6 strings, just like the E minor chord, all 6 strings. So we're going to rotate back and forth from these 2 chords, E minor and the D add 9 over F sharp. So here's the tricky part. The way the song starts out, it sounds kind of like this. And what I'm doing here, I'm using some palm muting, this part of my hand, and I'm also lifting off the strings some of the time with my fretting hand as well at the appropriate time, and that's what makes this kind of tough. So the strumming pattern I'm using is a down, down, up, down, down, up, 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 down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, 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 down, up. And I'm palm muting there, so I'm going to do it really slow with you. Here we go. So you'll notice in between some of the chords and the changes, I'm palm muting. I'm killing all of the strings for a moment. So one more time, it's like palm mute, and then I'm changing to the next chord. And when I'm doing the down, up, 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 down, up, you'll hear that I'm muting the strings in between strums. And the really groovy thing about this song is you can get by with just playing those 2 chords through the entire song. Now, I believe that America, the band that did this song, is playing an E minor add 9 on the chorus part. E minor add 9 looks like this. Okay, and you'll notice that my thumb came down a little bit behind the neck of the guitar, which is normal for bar chords, power chords, things like that, or chords like this, just to give myself some leverage. But the E minor add 9 at the chorus part would sound like this. So try that, see what you think. Let's look at the next riff. necessarily consider rock, but really close. Chris Stapleton, man, he's a good musician, isn't he? Good singer, songwriter. He's a really cool dude. So this is my own version, and I'm going to try to show you the simplified version of Tennessee Whiskey. We've got an A major, and I'm just playing my A major like that. I've got my index finger across the strings there, or you can play it like this. I'm going to do it this way. Okay, and then I've also got to have a B minor. So don't turn the video off yet. I'm going to show you how to do it. What you want to do is find your B note here. It's on string 5, fret 2. And then, do you remember A minor, that chord shape? All you're going to do is slide that A minor up a whole step. Okay, so you're going to go up all the way to here to fret number 4 with your middle finger and your pinky finger. A minor chord shape again. So A minor, chord shape. Now we're going to hit this B note here. Okay, so if you can't bar it like this, you can still just hit the B note with your index finger and make that A minor chord shape. Make sure that your thumb is behind the neck of the guitar. You want to add some leverage on this chord. You don't want to hurt yourself. And if you're a brand new beginner, there's other ways to play B minor, but I'm going to stick with this way today because this is what really makes the song sound cool, in my opinion. If you can hit this low B. The other thing you want to know is that the rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But don't let that mess you up. You just want to know that because the timing of the song is like this. I'm going to start with the A major. B minor. Boom, boom. Back to A. So if I was going to strum that, and I'll use my pick, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A. All right, let's take a close-up look at this song, and I would call this a country, blues, soul, R&B, almost rock song. It's so cool. David Allan Coe, I think, is the one who first started this song. But anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to do the A major first. Now we're going to go to the B minor. Okay, so what we're doing there, we've got the beginning riff starts like this. Open E to the F sharp, which is on fret 2 of this E string, so it's boom, boom, and then open A. We're going to slide up from the B to the 4th fret on the A string, so it's, again, boom, 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 boom. Then we're going to slide back down a whole step, open A, and then again there. And sometimes I'll play it like this, but I believe the song sounds more like this. Something like that. So we're just going back and forth from the 4th fret to the 2nd fret, back down to that B note. So I'll start it again for you, and I'm going to throw the chords in there with it. So it sounds like this. A, B, got good news for you. If you can learn that, you've got most of the song. I mean, there's a lot of dynamics that go on in this song, a lot of other stuff, cool lead guitar solos, but it's basically the A major chord. All right, and I'm playing strings 5, 4, 3, and 2. That's how I do it. And then on the B minor chord, I'm again just playing strings 5, 4, 3, and 2. But you can play the high E string. Sounds fine. But most of the time I'm just playing those strings. So again, that's my version. Take it or leave it. I hope you learned the entire song. It's such a good song. Let's look at the next riff. Oh Well by Fleetwood Mac. One of my most all-time favorite acoustic guitar riffs. Okay, so there's a lot going on here with this riff, but if you got the patience, I'm gonna take it really slow and show you how to do it. Grab your guitar, let's do it. Okay, let's take this iconic riff apart. I'm gonna go really slow here. Okay, this is all built around an E5, which looks like that. Of course, the most difficult part of the song, of the riff, is keeping the timing right and playing each note correctly. So this is the way I play it. I believe I'm pretty close to accurate. So we're going to play the open E string first, hammer onto the G note, and then hammer off, pull off. So I'll do that again. Then we're going to hammer on to fret number 2 of our next string down, the 5th string, our A string, open D. So again, I'll start over, just like that. So something cool happens here. After we do this, we're going to come down here to fret number 1, play the open A, and then hit fret number 1 with a hammer on, pull off, and then hit that G note here on fret number 3. So I'll do it really slow. Then we come back to the E5. So it's kind of hard for me to do slow, but I'll do it again. All right, you'll notice I'm doing some alternate picking down here as well, but we're just playing these 3 strings primarily. All right, so again, we start with the open E, open A to the B note, open D. Now we're going to come back over here to our A string, do a hammer on there on the 1st fret, and hit the G note, and then to the E5. Okay, let's do it one more time. One more time. Real slow. Okay, then the next part, we do kind of the same thing, but we're going to end up on the E5 a little quicker. So it's like... So I'll do that real slow. Open E string to the G note. So we're just making that E5 chord shape there. Start the riff over again. And then back again to the beginning. And then we do this. So what we're doing there, we're doing, and it's done very quickly, so this is what takes a lot of practice. So what's happening, we've got the open E string, hammer onto the G, pull off to the E, open A, open D, hit that E note there on the D string, open D, B note, open A, G note, and then we're going to go down a half step and then pull off to the open E. So it's... All right, so let's put all that together. Okay, the next part, we're going to be doing an E7 chord, the old Jimi Hendrix chord. And we're going to be playing off of our open E string. So it's... Then we're going to come down here to the opened D string to fret 2, hammer on. Then we're going to play the open G string back to that E note on fret number 2 of the D. So it's... And then... That's how I play it. So it's... And then we go into the lyric. Don't ask me about the shape I'm in. I can't sing, I ain't pretty, and my legs are thin. All right, so I know this is a lot, but let's try this one part again. I'm going to come down here to the open D string. We're going to hit that low E string twice, and then come back to the open D. Again. One more time. Now in this part, we're going to do the start it the same way, but it's a little different. It goes da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. So, and then da-dum, bum, 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 bum. It's kind of like a spider exercise. All right, I hope you learned the entire song. It's an awesome song. It can be a challenge, but I wanted to throw this one in here to give you something to work on. So if you want more acoustic rock riffs, make sure you check out this video that I did a while back, or this playlist, learn how to rock on the guitar. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Keep on rocking, stay tuned for more.